Hello, crafting friends. I'm Dorene Decibus from It Begins with Ink and Paper, and welcome to Fun Fold Friday. It's not Fun Fold Friday. That's what it's getting at the end of the week. It's actually welcome to the 12 days of Halloween, and I am here to show you a quick and easy project that you can use with an older child in your life. So if you have some teenagers or preteen students, this would be a great just getting that last light on. This would be a great treat for them, or if you have some special nieces and nephews and you want to give them just a little bit more. So what we're going to make tonight is a full-size candy bar holder. So all you're going to do is I'm going to just take this, oops, let me just make sure this is, there we go. We're going to take this and we're just going to pull on it, and you have that surprise that comes out, and it's the chocolate bar. So it's a lot of fun, and it is super, super easy to make, except when you take the tie off. So I will put this back on later, but let me show you what you need to do. So you're going to need a 6x6 piece of paper. You're going to need your chocolate bar of choice. This bar fits within a 6x6 paper, so a Hershey bar is nice. You might find if you're using a different type of candy bar, you might need to adjust the size of your paper. But what I'm going to do first is I do want to put a little bit of decoration on this paper. And so I am just going to cut out my books. This is not even a 3x3 piece. I cut it down to, I think, 2 3/4 maybe. Nope, 2.5. 2.5 by 6. And I'm just cutting out the books because I'm going to be decorating the tag and with some of the cut out spines of the book. And I'm also going to be decorating the tag to go along with it. So there's not going to be a lot of stamping, but I really wanted to include the books on this. I didn't just want it to be a plain front. And so I came up with the idea, instead of using the book paper, I came up and decided, well, let's just cut these out and it will fit on it really nice. And then I can put it all together, and I was really happy with how it came out. So I'm back live tonight, in case you haven't figured that out yet. And so thank you for those who joined me on the replay. I attended a webinar that I had paid for, so I really wanted to attend it live because then you can ask the questions that you have, and you know, it just makes it easier for that. So I had to do those taped or pre-recorded sessions, or it would have ended up that I wouldn't have been able to go on until probably 8:30 or so, and I'm an early to bed kind of person. You know, when you get up at 5 in the morning, if you go to bed, you know, past 9 o'clock, you're not going to get your 8 hours sleep. And I am definitely an 8-hour night asleep person. I just need those 8 hours to get through the next day. You know, I have a commute, so I have to leave at 6 in the morning. That's the main reason I'm up so early. When we lived closer, I could get up at 6:15 and make it to school at the same time I make it to now. Okay, there are our books all cut out, so that's perfect. I'm going to wait until I put the bar in to be able to do this. So what I'm going to do, and I'm looking around my desk, I can't believe I can't see it. It's driving me crazy. I thought I put it away where it goes, my tear and tape, and it's not there, and I'm not seeing it on, oh, it is here, right here. I was afraid I was going to have to use the red line tape on this, but I can use my tear and tape. I'm so happy. So what I'm going to do is take a piece of the tear and tape, and I am going to put it down one side doesn't matter which one. This, out of the 4 sides, this is a design that doesn't have to be in any particular direction. So that's okay, whichever one I do. I am going to put the candy bar in, and I just want to get an idea of how tight I need to go. I don't want to go super tight. I want to make sure I can move the candy bar easily. So I'm going to leave it a little bit looser. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn it around and make this be my front with the seam, because I can hide the seam with this designer series paper. So that just makes it, you know, a little extra bonus. So we're going to take this. We're going to take our bar, and again, I'm not pulling it tight because I do want this to slide in and out of the piece of designer series paper. And you can see that it easily does. And that's how we want it. The ribbon that I'm going to use is going to hold this in place, so I don't have to worry about it falling out. Now I'm going to kind of I'm not going to give it a super crease. I'm just going to make it a little flatter. And with this candy bar, it is not very thick, so that's okay to make it a little tight, a little flatter. And then I'm actually, because I want some wiggle room, I'm going to use my green glue, and I'm just going to go around all sides. I want this to stay on. You can also give these out if you don't have a lot of people to come to your house for trick-or-treat. You could make these and give them out as trick-or-treat treats. I used to always have something for my advisory or my homeroom when I lived in Peterborough and had massive a number of kids coming to our house, and so it just made it lots of fun to have a special treat for them. So I'm going to put this on. I'm going to line it towards the top, bring it down, try to center it, and just hold it in place for a minute. I think I might even just put both hands on it just to hold it in place. Heat from your hands really helps too. With liquid glue, it just allows it to adhere faster, and I'm not going to say stronger, but faster. I have one little spot that's not going down. We'll see how that goes. So there we have the front of the candy bar. So for the candy bar, I'm going to put the candy bar in a minute. I'm going to take my tag. I took my 2 3/8 of an inch. Let me just see. Yep, 2 3/8 of an inch, and I punched a circle out of the gorgeous Grape two-tone cardstock. So you can see it has the 2 different tones. And on the front of the tag, I am going to stamp kind of towards the top, because what I've cut out right here, I've cut out potions and spells, and I'm going to want this to go on the front of the tag. And so I'm going to start by stamping my Trick or Treat with my Memento black ink. And I'm going to stamp that right above. And that's what I wanted, so I can just let that be and take my bats, and I am just going to put an arrangement of bats around the Trick or Treat. I'm going to go below, above. I don't have to go in the middle, because that's where my little potions and spells are going to go. But before I put that on, I'm going to go back here, and I am going to I am going to stamp the back side of the tag, which I don't know if I showed it to you. It has a boo on it and a happy Halloween and some bats. So I'm going to look, I'm going to try to turn this the right way, but it's a tag, it's going to move around, so that's okay. So I'm going to have my Boo, and then I'm going to have my Happy Halloween using all 3 sentiments from the Playful Ghost stamp set. There we go. And then I'm going to take and stamp some of these. Just going to kind of go right around the edge. There we go. So we can put that ink pad away. And now if I go back to the front, I didn't want to put this on the front while I was still stamping, because I didn't want to have any kind of border that was going to do something, you know, wonky. So now I can put this right under my Trick or Treat. And then I am going to take my 1/8 hole punch, and I am going to punch a hole to put my tag through. And it looks great on both sides. All right, the ribbon that I'm going to use for this treat pouch is the gingham ribbon. Oh my goodness, the gingham ribbon, which is black and white. It's the one I've been using on almost all the projects, and I've shown you how to color it and all that good stuff. So I need a brand new. So I am going to need this to be long enough so it comes back up, and I prefer to have it a little longer, just in case I need to add or drop something. So I want these 2 pieces to be even, and I am going to put those 2 pieces like this, and I'm going to have them both go on opposite sides, but I want to keep that down in the center so that when I put my candy bar in, it's going to capture that ribbon, and as I push it down, it is going to take it right to the bottom here. So I'm going to push that back up a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I am going to leave that there. I have enough to cut off that I can use it in something else. How cool is that? And I'm going to take some of our black twine. I'm going to double it up, and I'm going to tie this. So the first thing I'm going to do, because I want it tied really tight, because you can see I didn't tie the other one, or I've been playing with it too much. I'm going to tie this really tight. So I'm going to tie it and knot it. There we go. And so if I knot it, that's probably going to keep it in nicely. And then I can take this up and trim that off. I'm going to take my twine, my baker's twine, and put it right through both of these pieces. I only did one single piece before, but I'm going to do, I usually do something a little different in my live. And then I'm going to put this right through the hole. Put this on the front, and now I'm going to tie I'm going to just tie a bow this time. Tying just a little one. Or maybe I'll just have it tied the way, just in a knot. Yeah, I think it's too short for me, at least, to tie in a bow. So I'm just going to tie it again in a knot. And I'll trim these as well. And there we have it, our Halloween treat container that when you pull, brings out your candy bar and brings it back in. And the string holds it in place, so you don't have to worry about that. So this one I just needed to tie again, let me just untie my little knot there, and we'll tie this one into a bow. And that's our day 6 for the 12 days of Halloween. I can't believe we're already halfway through. I'm just going to tie this one in a knot too. And there we go. So I have 2 treats for 2 older children. So thank you for joining me tonight, and I will be back tomorrow night with another of 12 days of Halloween. I might be combining a fun fold tomorrow night with the 12 days of Halloween, and that way you'll only have to tune in once. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.